Believe it or not, having a six-figure business is actually harder than having a seven-figure business. I know so many entrepreneurs that are stuck at that six-figure level. They work harder, they work longer hours, they grind more, and yet their businesses stay stuck at that level. There are so many seven-figure entrepreneurs that I know that don't do any of those things. The question really is, why? It's not because the six-figure entrepreneurs don't have discipline or motivation or they're not smart enough. There's actually one reason why they stay stuck at six figures. And on this video, I am going to go over that and show you how to get unstuck and grow your business while working less and having more fun. Now, I have seen this phenomenon firsthand, first in my own business. When I was running a six-figure real estate team, I was frustrated. I was working hard, staying up nights, and it just wasn't growing until I really discovered what I'm going to talk about on the video today. And since then, at my company, All Star VAs, I have helped over 4,000 entrepreneurs in the last 6 years achieve growth while working less and having more fun. So let's go ahead and let's chat about it. All right, so you're earning six figures and everything looks good on the outside, and you might even be thinking, well, what's the problem? Well, the problem is that if you're like me and you're like other entrepreneurs, you want to grow, you want your business to do more, you want more money, more things, more freedom, more time off, and all of that stuff. But at that six-figure range, you are grinding, you're hustling, you're doing it all yourself. And the issue and the challenge and the problem is that the income in the business is directly tied to your efforts. And if that sounds familiar, then let me know down in those comments below. And also, the more money you make, so as you scale, as you start to grow the business at that six-figure level, what happens is you ultimately just end up having to work more and do more. And ultimately, that is not what you probably got into business to do. Because as that business is growing and as you're doing more work, of course, what's happening is you're having less freedom, less time off, and maybe the stress is getting bigger. There's more weight on your shoulders. And I know because I have definitely felt that, and I've been there in your shoes when that happens. And it's definitely challenging and frustrating because you're trying to do all this stuff yourself. You're trying to grow your business. Now, there's one main myth that I want to kill off right away on this video, and that's the hustle and grind culture. So I know there's a lot of online gurus and offline gurus out there that are saying, hey, just work harder. You jump on Instagram and you see people showing that they're up at 3 in the morning and working till midnight and all that kind of stuff. And look, that can be done temporarily. We've probably all pulled those all-nighters in college or when we're working on a big project or something like that. But at the end of the day, not only is that not sustainable, but that's probably not why you got into business in the first place. And so the hustle and grind culture, that is not the path to go from six figures to seven figures. And it's only gonna make things worse, actually, because what it's gonna do is it's just gonna cause more stress and cause you to get even more burnt out with your business, get more frustrated. And then as you're having a lack of sleep and a lack of focus, what happens is you start making really bad decisions. I've done that as well. I've had several businesses, where I thought, hey, if I just continue to work harder and more hours and wake up earlier and all that kind of stuff, that, eventually that'll pay off. But at the end of the day, not only does it not pay off, it really does have a counterintuitive effect. And actually, that kind of thinking is what is keeping you stuck at that level. Because when you're thinking about what can I do? How can I work harder? What else can I do to grow this business? You're actually asking the wrong question. One of my mentors once told me that the quality of your answers depends on how great your questions are. And in this case, asking what can I do is actually the wrong question. In order to get unstuck and move from that six-figure to seven-figure range, and I have interviewed so many seven-figure entrepreneurs, they all pretty much say the same thing. The first thing you got to do is you have to reframe the problem. You have been thinking, and it's not your fault, you were probably taught this way maybe in business school or the school of hard knocks, that the question is, what can you do? What can I do to fix this? What can I do to grow the business? When in actuality, when you do that, what happens is everything in the business gets centered around you. Every decision, every system or lack of system, every process, every sale, every bottleneck, every decision. If this is sounding familiar, let me know in those comments. But I have definitely been there, and a lot of times get back there in several businesses. So when you do that, everything gets built around you. And one of my other mentors once told me something great, which is hard work is not scalable. You only have 24 hours in the day. So if everything lives in your head, there is just absolutely no way that you can scale up your business while scaling down your time, which really should be the goal of what you're doing if you want to achieve freedom in your business and in your life. Now, one of the things that people think is, okay, great, Danny, so I'll just hire some people. In fact, Danny, don't you have a VA company where I could hire people? And the answer is, well, yes, I do. But that's not the answer. And let me tell you why. Usually when people go and they hire someone, it doesn't fix the problem. What happens is that they hire someone and they don't have any systems, or they don't have any idea of systems. They don't have a vision for where the business wants to go. And so typically, let me know if this sounds familiar, you hire someone and you tell them, all right, here's what I want, go do it. Then you don't talk to that person again. Then a couple weeks later, a couple months later, or whenever it happens, you suddenly figure out that, hey, this person has not done what you thought they were going to do. And the reason why is that you didn't start out with a good system. For example, a standard operating procedure for the position, a great job description, some key performance indicators around what they were going to deliver on and how that was going to impact your business, an accountability cadence of how you were going to make sure that they were delivering on those items. So without all of those things, simply hiring someone doesn't fix the problem. It actually just makes it worse. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. If you're getting value from this video, hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. Also, if you want help in your business and you want us to jump on a one-on-one call and show you how we can implement a lot of these systems, AI, and virtual assistants into your business in a cost-effective way so that you can grow faster, you can earn more money, you can work less, and you can have way more fun, you can book a call with our team by using the link down below or hitting this QR code. All right, back to the video. All right, so if hiring someone is not the answer to this problem of going from 6 to 7 figures, what is the answer? And at the end of the day, the answer is actually understanding that the question you should be asking is not, who should I hire or how do I make this better? But you want to look at your business overall and you want to decide what parts of the business should not require me. That's question number one. Question number two is, how do we develop systems around those parts of the business? And then, and only then, can you hire people to delegate those items to. You see, you as the founder should really have the vision for the business and where you want it to go. What is your end in mind for your company? What is your end in mind and your design for you as the entrepreneur, as the owner of the business? When you ultimately figure out what it is that you want out of this business, what you can then do is understand that all of the other parts of the business are things that you should not be doing. Then when you design systems around those parts and then hire to those systems, or, and here's a really important part, you hire the right people that can design those systems for you and help you design them when you do this properly, that's when your business can really grow because you can focus on the things that you love doing, that you enjoy, and that you're really good at and where you can make the biggest impact. And then you can have all of the other pieces of the business taken care of through the right leverage, the right people, the right technology, and the right systems. And that's when everything really starts to change. Ultimately, the problem with business and growing a business from 6 to 7 figures is not actually a you problem, it's a design problem. You see, none of us were really taught to design our businesses this way. In fact, I went to 3 years of law school. A year of MBA school was combined into a 4-year program. And I can't remember anyone ever explaining that you need to design your business correctly from the start to get what you want out of it. I still remember in one business class, teacher asked us, hey, what do you envision? What do you want? What do you ultimately need? And I remember I wrote down freedom, autonomy, to do whatever I want, whenever I want, and to have, financial freedom, location freedom, time freedom. And that was about where it ended. They didn't teach those concepts even after I talked about them. And so if you want the business of your dreams, if you want to earn more money, you want to work less, you want to have more fun, you got to design it the right way from the beginning. Now, if you didn't, that's okay, because you can redesign it at any time, starting with today. Now, I don't know how you feel about them, but I personally love cars. I've always loved them since I was a kid, and I love fast cars. And your business is just like that turbocharged Porsche driving down the street. If you want to get to where you want to go as fast as possible, you actually need to have 5 key systems, like the systems in a car, running on all cylinders to get you where you want to go as fast as possible. And so I got a couple things to help you out there. Number one, I have designed a free business car audit. You can download that down in the description below. And when you do that, it'll actually show you all the systems, how you can design your business or your car better, or redesign it if you need to, and how to get all of those systems in place. And more importantly, how to start delegating those things so that you can do what you love doing in your business. If you want to throw high octane fuel on your business, I also have an opportunity for you to book a call with our team, have a chat with us about your business and how we can help you with systems, with virtual assistants and AI to implement that into your business in a very cost-effective way. Last but not least, I go over all 5 systems on this video right here. Check it out.